Hunting isn't just something I enjoy, it's my passion. And when it comes to coyote calling, it's also my livelihood. Together, our goal is to bring you the very best predator hunting tips, tricks, and tactics, all the way down to the last stand. This is the last stand. We're all about mastering deception and shooting with confidence and swagger. With swagger bipods under our rifles, Onyx hunt to know exactly where we stand, and Hornady ammunition that's accurate, deadly, and dependable. We're ready to get after it. We're back in Kansas on Rick's home turf, and it's the second week of February. This time of year, coyotes are deep into breeding season. Females are coming into heat, and that makes coyotes more vocal, more territorial, and often more aggressive. Our plan is to key in on coyote vocalizations, the howls, fights, and breeding sounds, and use them to trigger strong, aggressive responses from groups of coyotes. Late-season coyote hunting is always a challenge. In many areas, coyotes have already been hunted hard for 3 or 4 months. Numbers are down compared to early fall, and the coyotes are still around have been pressured in one way or another. They've been chased, shot at, or called before, which makes them cautious and tough to fool. Over the years, I've found there's really no shortcut around that pressure. The best answer is sound variety. Having dozens of coyote sound available, pup distress, coyote fights, breeding vocals, and more gives you options, and the more options you have, the better your odds of triggering a response. After deer season wraps up, we head into a big, wide-open prairie hay field and decide to start the stand with vocals. I roll into some howls and mix in a few fights, and before long, a coyote comes charging over the hill. I thought he'd try to swing downwind, but instead, he committed straight in. We made it count, and just like that, we were on the board. No long, pouty walk back to the truck. As the day goes on, we fine-tune our setups. One thing I like is controlling the decoy with the remote instead of letting it run nonstop. That allows us to use movement only when we need it and keeps the setup looking more natural. We slide into another stand that Rick and I have hunted together many times over the years, and it's always been productive. Mid-morning conditions are calm, so sound is traveling well. Rick opens with female invitation howl, then switches into some female whimpers. A few minutes in, coyotes start showing themselves. They get a little jumpy. So instead of forcing it, we take the sure shot, and once again, it pays off. Sometimes coyotes will sit out there listening to everything you play, and then one sound finally flips the switch. On one stand, after running through a full sequence, I decide to try one last pup fight. That was the sound that did it. The coyote came in fast, not knowing we were even there until the last second. I rolled him using a red that mounted at a 45-degree angle, proving once again how important sound variety is, especially late in the season. Later that morning, we meet up with Derek to check out some new ground, big, open pastures you don't typically see in eastern Kansas. The wind lays down just enough that we know our sound can really carry. A few minutes into the stand, we spot a coyote working below us. We make a quick plan, count it down, and on 3, we both shoot. The shots break almost at the same time, and the coyote drops. Teamwork like that never gets old. One of the most exciting moments of the trip comes when we commit to running vocals only. I start with a smoke howl, and before long, 3 coyotes light up with howls about 300 yards away. That sound will get your heart racing every single time. We stay aggressive, switching pup fights and vocals, and they commit during breeding season.